Hey, welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today on Anime Reaction, we watched the first episode of Sakura Quest. If you want to check out our reaction to the first episode of Sakura Quest, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos.
And thanks for watching.
So, Sakura Quest. Shirobako in the boonies and not about animation.
That about wraps up.
The animation in this one really did strike me as Shirobako-ish, which is not a bad thing.
Oh yeah, especially with Yoshi's character design, very much like Aoi.
Not a single character named Sakura.
Right? And not a single cherry petal.
Well, yeah, I'm kind of wondering about this title. Because, even when the Sakura trees bloom, that should still only be, part of the series.
Especially if it's going to take place over a whole year. And Sakura bloomed for only, a week or two?
Yes, but Fantasillion, that is not a bad thing.
That is not a bad thing at all.
Yes, because I love the character design in Shirobako. I love the character design, I love the animation.
It's very, very visually well done.
I haven't seen Shirobako. Y'all can hate me as much as you want.
Well, imagine...
I'm still a noob when it comes to being an otaku.
Well, then imagine this with, instead it's set in an office in Tokyo of an anime studio.
But I really did like Yoshi's character style. Or character design. Story seems very weird. I'm not sure...
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly about that. I guess she went to the town when she was little, and they probably had some tourism thing where you could be crowned
queen for a day or won a contest or something.
Yeah, something like that.
You don't get the protagonist's memory.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean that actually may happen.
100,000 visitor ward. Or 10,000 visitor ward, I think they put in the...
Yeah. But the fact that she's mentioning that memory to prospective bosses is kind of weird.
She's kind of an airhead, so I can sort of see it.
That one question is probably why she's not getting hired at all.
Probably
not, yeah.
But at the same time, it's not her imagination. She actually got crowned when she was little.
Well, yeah. And as for the screenshot that you just posted, I at least skim.
Right? Try to look for something that looks unusual.
Okay, after I got screwed over by a contract, now I skim through. Now I read everything.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Sometimes experience is the best teacher.
Experience is certainly the best teacher.
And you know what? I bet she will now read contracts.
There you go.
And it was my first contractual job.
So,
Minless, that's a funny joke.
What are your response? Oh, that. Wow. You should write for us, dude. Seriously, though. Before we go on, I must say, just that little bit alone is more character development than we saw for the main character of Akashic Records in that whole episode.
Well, we know that he's
an ass. Or a major bastard. Rokudanshi yada yada to Akashic Records. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, definitely hope she learns a lesson about contracts. If you've never seen a contract, you've never signed a contract, because I know we do have people in a younger demographic here. Read everything before you sign a contract. Yeah. Before signing up for a job, read the whole thing. Because you never know when there's going to be that one line that says, oh yeah, by the way, you have to use your car, and we're not going to insure you, and if you crash, it's all your fault no matter what, and you're going to take care of the whole bill. Because that's what happened to me.
I was about to say, I wonder if that's coming from a personal place.
That is totally coming from a personal place. And
It's
I have
zero.
one more personal story that has to do with.
It's zero. It always comes from a personal place.
I've
What do you
been
like
through
it
way
or
too
not?
much shit.
Yes, you do.
A public service announcement from Otaku Saga.
The more you know.
Yeah, my deal with the contract was also for a job. But, yeah. It came down to they were promising me a lot to try to get me to stay at that job because we were changing companies. And then they like backtracked on everything. And as it turned out, it was all in the thing that I signed. And they were like, well, you don't get any vacation time. We're going to fuck you over on health insurance. You know, that jazz.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm
Depressing.
protagonist of Frame Mom's Girl. I probably wouldn't have read it either.
No, she
No, she
definitely
wouldn't
would not have.
Should have just signed immediately without even skimming it. I'm sure.
Too long. Don't read.
Here, sign this for me, will you?
But other things that I want to talk about. The weird fucking castle.
Sorry, kind of related to what we were talking about. I also hope that the king guy learned his lesson. Don't play pranks on people who are younger and more physically fit than you.
I was gonna get that later.
Damn!
Well, it was kind of
What else
related.
are you-
Learning a lesson.
Learning a lesson, yes. Don't play pranks. Don't.
And also, you're not too old or too wise to get absolutely shit mixed. Because, damn, that
If you're
bag
going to
shot's
play a
thing of
prank,
beauty.
here's the lesson. If you're going to play a prank, be ready for any consequences that come your way, including a broken door because somebody bulldozes through it. Because
My, whatever are you talking about, Zero?
Oh yes, experience again.
the last prank that I ever played, I swear, locking everybody out of a friend's house.
And
This guy decides to bulldoze through the front door.
No,
Keep in mind, this was like a year after he was an active defensive lineman for our football team.
let's just put it this way. I needed to get in and get to my stuff, and I suddenly decided I wanted to audition for the role of the Juggernaut in the new X-Men movie.
It was hilarious. At the same time,
Oh, yeah!
frightening.
To be fair, she passed up the sword probably because she knew that she had packed bricks.
She's like,
It probably was a plastic sword.
yeah,
Anyway.
she went for the more destructive option. She's like, this old motherfucker.
I'm actually very surprised that the old man survived.
Right? He comes in the next day with a fucking cast and, or no, yeah, fucking neck
Yeah,
brace
yeah,
and
he's-
bandages and
yeah.
crutches. Damn.
She fucked him up.
Good job.
But yeah, this first episode,
Oh god, the one in the bus.
With the Bard, he's probably one of the 5 champions we saw in the preview. Or they mentioned in the preview.
No, well, maybe. I don't know. I think it's going to be the other chicks that we see in the opening.
I'm getting off now.
Yeah.
Doop-doop-doop.
I'm getting off now. And
Yeah.
she noped the fuck right out of there.
Yeah, I mean, rural Japan, I'd imagine that's an unusual experience, but here in the Bay Area, you know, where we are, that would be a normal day.
That's an everyday
guaranteed.
on. That's an everyday on Muni.
Yeah, guaranteed. Any mode of mass transit here.
Oh, and then another extreme oddity that I want to point out in this episode.
Besides the monster and the Bard.
Okay, the Chupacabra is South American. The Knight is European. When does these two things start showing up in Japan?
When a town is desperate for tourism.
Oh God. It's weird for me to see that stuff.
That is so Japan, though. I mean, you would leave it to them to make something that weird and batshit crazy.
But yeah, I wanted to point it out at the beginning of the reaction, but I completely lost my train of thought because of what was showing up in the episode. But this is... I've seen actually quite a few anime that deal with tourism in rural towns, so that must be a real problem. And indeed, I also mentioned it during the episode when they're walking through town in the middle of the day, and almost all the stores on Main Street are closed. And I remarked that it reminds me of a lot of towns in the Midwest here in the United States.
Actually, you're absolutely right. It is, they call it the demographic time bomb. Japan, I believe, has the oldest average, in terms of average age, the oldest population on Earth. They actually sell more adult diapers than baby diapers. That's how bad it is. And whatever young people there are, they're fleeing the small towns, basically, clustering the cities.
Well, yeah, I mean, you actually do get the same thing here, too.
Yeah.
Young people don't want to live in small towns anymore.
Yeah.
Typically, I mean, obviously, there's
still a lot, but it's definitely not as bad here in the United States as it is in Japan.
Yeah.
Yes,
you heard him correctly.
You did hear me correctly, Francillian.
Yep. Also, reverse weeboos.
Westaboos.
No,
there's an actual term for it, I think, but it's basically... Teaboos?
Well, I guess, no, that's more if you're like a hardcore Whovian or something.
But, I mean, there actually is a thing like that. So...
We forget the name, but...
We'll have to come up with our own term. Like cat budget.
The premise...
Lokudol.
Yeah, I actually pointed that out, I believe, in our preseason podcast. It does remind me of Lokudol.
It sort of reminds me of some episodes of Kumamiko as well, especially when Machi is thrust into the idol.
But even ones that deal with, like, it's not necessarily small town tourism, but kind of,
it's kind of a rural setting.
Well, not necessarily a rural setting either, because it does go through several cities, but it deals with showing off different things in different locations. You could tell for a little bit of way to go.
Myself!
Way to go. You could tell that it deals with a little bit of the tourism stuff, like trying to show off good things about places that the characters go,
right, trying to
which is
people.
The Rolling Girls. Also dealt with that.
Okay.
Albeit in a very fucking strange way.
I'm trying to remember.
You remember the Magical Girl Wars?
I'm actually...
that also had to do with that.
Yeah, very much so. Weren't there actually two similar anime? Both Magical Girl Wars and then almost something that seemed like a knockoff of that, released like soon after.
I really can't remember, but there are a lot of anime that kind of deal with this subject. I assume because it's such a big thing, you know.
Well, yeah. What if it's all just one big ploy to increase tourism?
Well, I mean, it probably is, to be completely honest. And it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think the other things I want to talk about are just more experiences. I'm full of them. I'm sorry, guys.
Airing out that dirty laundry.
But yeah, there's...
Damn Ryaju, experiencing a full life.
Jack of all trades, man.
Mm-hmm.
Master of none.
Master of none. I really like this is actually the first episode that I like the opening and the ending a lot.
Yeah, I can definitely say that. From this season, this is the first time I'm like, hey, I like these songs.
And like, I think that this is probably this is probably going to be that baseline series for the season.
Like the palate cleanser type.
Not necessarily the palate cleanser, but like
the benchmark.
It's going to be. We're probably going to be saying, it's
better than this or worse than this, and that's kind of. So this is the benchmark. This is our yardstick for anime quality this season.
I think I like the idea of that.
I can agree with that. I mean, if I were to write a full-on review for the anime just based on this episode, I probably would give it a sort of middling average score right now.
Everything else is pretty fantastic.
Actually, in the technical category is a little higher because visually it was very well done, and the songs I did enjoy both of them quite very much.
It's just like personally, it's not my cup of tea. But
it's definitely more up my alley.
That being said, it's not my cup of tea, but I am enjoying it. So.
Yeah.
Even though the premise is weird.
The premise is so fucking weird.
The premise is quite weird, yes. Probably not as weird as the Rolling Girls, which
I
wrote a review of that on our old blog, and I believe I compared it to Kamen Rider and Fooly Cooly having a baby, and then the mother basically doing crack into the birth. And then you get the Rolling Girls.
Huh. I do wonder that.
That link? Okay, I'll actually, I'll post up in the description as well. When we drop this video.
But yeah, I think that about does it.
I think we covered the bases.
Yeah.
I think we covered a lot. Oh yeah, and Yoshi.
Oh yeah, you were
Yoshi being there twice.
Oh yeah.
I like that idea because now there may be more of a reason to stay.
Yeah, you had the flashback as her motivation to stay.
Yeah. And then also you wanted to talk about the building. I cut you off when we were talking about the building.
The building?
Yeah, the weird ass fucking building with the chupacabra on top of it.
You know, the palace.
I think we discussed that was very weird.
The whole thing is strange.
This whole thing.
Like absolutely bizarre. It's like, no, you know what it reminds me of? When you drive across the U.S. and you see the signs for, like, the world's biggest yarn ball.
Exactly that. It's a tourist trap.
The world's biggest prairie dog, which is, by the way, is an
real
actual
thing.
Yeah.
World's largest
attraction.
picnic basket. Real thing. World's largest rocking chair.
Yeah, that.
World's largest rocking chair has been in my home city twice in 2 different cities.
But yeah, that's what it reminded me of, and I just thought about it now, so I want to point it out.
Yeah, just a little...
it's the exact same thing. It's trying to get people to stop in the town and spend money. So
it's kind of like a YouTube channel in some ways. Except they said they had around 10,000 visitors. We recently passed 1 million.
Yes.
Announcement time. Yep, we have recently passed 1 million viewers, and this is the first video we've made that I remember to actually say it on. I did make a tweet about it, but woohoo! Yay! And how we got to this point, I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
No, thank you guys. We know exactly how it happened. You guys keep coming back. We keep putting out stuff for y'all. We don't
bribes and accidents.
Bribes and accidents.
And
keep that on the down low unless we had an agreement.
Being X. No, Being X hates us.
No. Tanya finally beat free market principles into that bastard. Tanya wins! Oh, by the way, spoiler. Come on now.
Yeah, you should have read that contract, man. All right, let's go ahead and
let's go
ahead and wrap this one up. So, let us know what you thought of the anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
But that's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.
And go ahead and click on my face to go to our most recent Otaku Saga talks.
Click on my face to go to Otaku Saga Gaming, our gaming channel.
And click on the waifu or Koro Sensei to subscribe to Otaku Saga. And if you'd like to help support us, please go ahead and check out our Patreon page.